Welcome to Lecture 3 of Computer Networks for Cybersecurity. Today, we'll be discussing about network topologies and their types. Network topology is the way in which the devices in a network are arranged. It gives specific details about how those devices communicate, where they are located, and how they are connected to other devices on the network. Network topology can be of two types, physical and logical. Physical network topology defines where the devices are physically present and how they are physically connected. Overall, we can say that physical topology specifies all the physical aspects of a network, that is, the location, the precise arrangement, etc. Logical network topology defines how the devices are communicating with each other. Logical topology defines how data flows inside the network. Remember that it is possible to have different physical and logical topologies on a single network. For example, you have your friends over to play a game and you sit in a circle. So physically, you are positioned in a circle. But when it comes to communicating, you can simply call their name and say hello. That represents your logical connection. Moving on, let's first discuss about the various physical topologies. There are a variety of physical topologies that we can choose from based upon our needs. Let us understand them in much more detail now. Bus topology. Bus topology is the most basic network topology. In a bus topology, all the devices are connected to a single common transmission medium. This common medium is also sometimes known as a backbone. As we can see in the figure, every computer is connected to a common line which carries data whenever any node sends some data to another node. Since it is a common channel, every other node on the network can see that data, but only the one who it was addressed to can receive it. That's why we say that data is always broadcasted in a bus topology. Bus topology is easy to install since all you need to do is connect every node to this common line, which also makes it very cost effective since we do not require lots of cables. But there are some drawbacks too, like one central point of failure. If the common channel to which all your nodes are connected breaks down, your whole network fails. Thus, there is no fault tolerance. Since all the devices pass data to one common channel, it is difficult to detect which device failed. So it is harder to troubleshoot in case of failure. Also, it is not easy to change or move the nodes once connected. Star topology. In star topology, every node is connected to a central device. They have their own individual connections to that device as we can see in the figure. Now, since every node is connected to the central device with their own cables, it becomes much more easier to troubleshoot in case of failure, unlike the bus topology. That's already an improvement, right? But star topology offers more than that. It is easily scalable. You can connect as many devices as you want. Even though star topology is named as star topology, it is not essential to arrange the devices in a star form. We can think about it in a much more spokes of a wheel way. You can have as many as you want. But then this also means you require lots of cables to connect those devices to the central point. Thus, it is much more expensive to install than bus topology. But again, the benefits surpass the drawback. Before we move on, you need to keep in mind that even though a single node failure does not bring down a network in star topology, the failure of central device will bring down our whole network. But it isn't exactly bothersome because in most cases the central device is a hub or switch which rarely fail. So it is still a good option over bus topology. Ring topology. In ring topology, all the nodes are connected to each other in such a way that it forms a ring. Each node is connected to two other nodes as we can see in the figure. So if one node has to pass data to a node that is two nodes away from it, the data would be passed to the adjacent nodes until it reaches the destination node. This makes the speed of transfer a bit slower than star topology. Ring topologies are rarely used today because of the drawbacks they present. There are a lot more than other topologies. First, it is not at all fault tolerant, as even if a single node fails, whole network breaks. Same goes with the cabling. If any fault appears, whole network breaks. It is not easily scalable since every time you need to add a node, you'll have to break the chain and reconfigure it, which is not an easy feat to achieve. Even though you wouldn't find them in lens today, they can still be found in some vents. Mesh topology. In mesh topology, every node is connected to every other node on the network. You can say this is an individual race rather than a relay one. Here, every node has got its own separate connection to every node on the network to send data. But you can already guess that it will be only good for smaller networks. As the number of devices increases, the number of connections also increase exponentially, to the extent that for n number of hosts, you'll have n into n minus 1 by 2 connections. There is a lot of connections. That is why mesh topology in its pure implementation isn't commonly used. But a common variant known as hybrid mesh is used where we have a few important nodes in a mesh setup so that they can easily communicate within themselves. Now, even though mesh is complex, difficult to scale, and expensive to implement, it still provides fastest data transfer and a really nice amount of fault tolerance. If one connection fails, you can always switch to another. Point to point topology. In a point to point topology, a device has a direct connection to the other device, creating a single communication path. Point to point connection can be between two routers, switches, nodes, or from node to hub or a switch. Point to point connection is between two devices and thus it is not scalable. Since it is between two devices, it has very fast data transfer speed and also is easy to troubleshoot. It can only be used for small areas where nodes are in close proximity. The type of medium used to point nodes can be wired or wireless. Since there are only two nodes present, any type of failure in either one can bring down the network. Also, any failure in the communication channel can also bring down the network. That is why point to point topology is not at all fault tolerant. Point to multipoint topology. In a point to multipoint topology, one device is connected to multiple other devices on the network. These type of connections are generally found between routers in a WAN implementation, where one central router is connected to multiple routers in different areas. One common example of point to multipoint topology can also be the multiple offices connected to the main headquarters of an enterprise. Point to multipoint topology is less expensive than point to point topology to implement. It can also be implemented as one to many and many to many topology. Hybrid topology. A hybrid topology is nothing but a combination of two or more physical or logical topologies. Hybrid topology is planned by studying closely the requirements of the network. Remember, to implement any topology in your network, you need to first recognize the needs of your network. I hope now you have a clear understanding of what physical network topologies are. Feel free to ask in the comment section if you have any doubts. Do like and subscribe to my channel if you like the video.